Welcome back, everyone. This is Aluminum Tarot. We are back again doing the earth signs for today. Thanks so much for joining us. Before we get started, just if you like what you see here, if any of the readings resonate with you, please give a like, share, and subscribe. Ding the notification bell so that way you can, get all the latest for this particular readings for the month of June and onwards. Also, be aware of scammers that are parading around on the internet, posing as numerous tarot readers across YouTube and social media especially. Please block, shun them, ostracize them to the four corners of the universe, and make sure that they do not steal people's hard-earned money. Also, if you like not a free personal reading, no. If you like a personal reading, please look at the description box below and visit the website so that way you can get plugged into that. And hopefully I can get you a decent reading for a reasonable rate. With that said, I have added a couple of additions to this particular lineup for our reading today. We have the Kipper deck, which is a very nice one here. And then we've also got the movie tarot, the Wheel of Fortune. That's the same card that showed in one of the other readings. So the Wheel of Fortune seems to be one of those cards that's trying to resonate with some of the readings today. I think there's a lot of change happening for June for many of the people involved in these earth sign readings. So I think it came up for Capricorn too, but we're going to go ahead and start off with the Kipper. We're going to give a couple of messages here, three cards. Let's begin. June 2023 for sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. What's happening for June 2023 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising? What's happening here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising for June 2023? Okay, that should be enough. Go ahead and cut the deck. All right, so first message, marriage card. This came up for Capricorn too. Second message, read that upright, prison. And last but not least, his thoughts. Interesting. So we have the marriage card first off. Well, this could be potentially a relationship, or it could be a commitment or a devotion that you have to something. It could be work related as well. But as we see here, the monkey here holding up the musical notes. This is indication of happiness and harmony. So in order to play good music, you have to have harmony between the notes. And additionally, for the monkey itself, it represents kind of in Vedic mythology, Hanuman, which is basically a very jovial yet powerful entity, a very powerful deity in the, in the subcontinent. And basically, you have these two male and female energy. You have the male and female energies. I need to be able to speak. I promise you I do speak English. Looking at each other in devotion. One's holding a cup, representing the emotions itself. And then also you have the light behind him, which is an indication of illumination. So also notice in here that you have octaves, 8 being the number of kind of the self, moving on. And then you have 12 notes within that, 12 being a divine number. And in order to get to the next octave, you have to get to note number 13, which is transformation and change. So through this relationship that you have with something, you are making those changes and those transformations within yourself, leading to that harmonious, happy, and illuminating relationship. 3 also here being the number of expansion and collaboration. So You have to collaborate with people in order to have a successful relationship with them. However, we do see here the prison. So, you have a moat surrounded by, you have a prison surrounded by a moat. Lots of unsavory creatures in here. There's lots of alligators and crocodiles within this moat guarding the prison. Normally, the house or the castle, represented in the Five of Cups or represented in the tower, normally that is a structure or a foundation that you have developed over the course of your life. And with the tower, that structure is being destroyed so that you can build something better. In this, I see it holding you captive. And whether or not you are in a kind of restrictive relationship or commitment where you feel that someone is a bit overburdening or burdensome or overbearing, it could indicate that you are committed or devoted to something that is restricting your life and your flow. Now, I just read for Taurus and talked about, moving house. And now in the Virgo reading, we also have this house, and it feels like you're married and devoted to this particular place of living, yet you feel that it has become restrictive and confining you to where you are instead of actually feeling like a home. And in this, you have his thoughts. So 1 + 6 is 7. 7 is kind of a rumination, like the 7 of Cups, for example, is a rumination card, thinking about all the options available to you. This guy's getting ready. He's got a penguin behind him. I have no idea what the penguin symbolizes, but they're very cute creatures, to say the least. Now, wherever he is planning to go, he's hung his hat up on the wall. He is getting himself dressed to impress. But as he's doing this, he's thinking about what kind of impression he's going to make on the world before he leaves his house and ventures out into his appointment or his party or wherever he's going. Looks like a party. I don't know if the penguin's going with him, but we'll see. But to me, what I get from this is when I combine it with all three of these, I think of a person ruminating about where they are in their life. They feel trapped, captured by the structures that they've built around themselves. And they have felt an intense devotion of what they've done in the past, what they've created and built, but yet now it doesn't really seem satisfying and they are moving forward. This could be relationship, job, or home related. So take those as it resonates in your particular reading and make sure that you apply the reading to whatever is taking place in your life rather than trying to make it fit. That said, we're going to go ahead and move on to the tarot. So we're going to be using the movie tarot deck. It's going to be a little bit of fun. We'll try it out. The cards are very stiff. They're very difficult to shuffle, but I'll make the best of it. June 2023 for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. June 2023 general reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. June 2023 Virgo reading, general reading, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Shuffle game is a bit weak right now, so you have to forgive me. Bear with me on this one. Okay, one more, two more. And last but not least, the last shuffle. cut the deck. So let's dig into this Celtic cross. We're going to go ahead and clarify for the sign of Virgo what is taking place in Virgo's general well-being, general life for the month of June 2023. Page of Cups reverse, clarified by the Four of Wands. So after that, we've got in the recent past. The cards are just not cooperating right now. Are you feeling that life is not really cooperating with you? Because it's being reflected in the cards. What's happened in the recent past? Got these two. Hierophant, Hangman reversed. In the near future, we've got Five of Wands. And there he goes out again. In the crowning position, King of Wands reversed. And in the subconscious, in the root of everything, in the root position, there we go. Six of Swords reversed. How do you see yourself, dear Virgo? Knight of Swords. Something asked me to clarify that. Clarify the Knight of Swords. Clarify the Knight of Swords. Five of Cups. Environment. What is the environment like? Ten of Cups reverse. Wow. Clarify that Ten of Cups reverse, please. Clarify the Ten of Cups reverse. Queen of Coins. That came out for a Taurus reading. So if you've got Taurus in your chart, please take a look at that one as well. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Okay. The Hermit and the Emperor. What's the outcome for all of this? Seven of Cups reverse and Strength. I think I pulled that also. It may have been for Capricorn. Let's go ahead and dig into this. We're going to just go ahead and start. We have Death. So there's a powerful transformation taking place in your life. And of course, number 13, this indicates a major change. This is an unavoidable change. So if you are dealing with something, loss of a job, if you're dealing with a slow, painful transition away from a relationship or moving house, any of those things, please take note of that. You have the Six of Coins, which indicates also where you're going to be giving your energy. I think maybe in the past you feel that money is a bit slow, and now you're just basically trying to allocate your funds towards this powerful transformation so that way you can make it happen. Seven of Coins reversed. You have basically the desire to no longer give to something, no longer to invest in it. I think particularly for you, you have probably been over-investing or maybe overspending, and now it's time for you to kind of get your finances sorted out so that way you can start to save up and invest in something new. Perhaps you're doing a little bit of adulting in life, and that's basically where you find yourself at this particular moment. So let's go ahead and clarify this. Let's go into the reading. First, we have the Page of Cups reverse, which is loss of affection for something. And this is clarified by the Four of Wands, which is either a marriage or a home. So Once again, we're getting a home situation reading here. Now, for you, have you lost interest in where you live? Have you lost interest in a marriage or a relationship? We did get a little bit of that in the Kipper deck. So if you're falling out of love with something, whether that's a home, whether that's a stable commitment, a relationship, or whether that's a job, you're now taking the next steps to pass through the gateway in the Four of Wands to move to something new. That was also indicated here at the root of all of this, which is the Six of Swords reverse. Earth signs typically do have that challenge where they need to get kicked in the arse in order to get things moving. And I think that this is no different in your reading, Virgo. You're usually more adaptable because you have Mercury as your planetary ruler. But you still being an earth sign, it will take a little bit of coaxing in order for that to happen. Now, moving forward, in the recent past rather, we have the Hierophant. This is who you, I guess, had your devotion towards. We talked about marriage in the Kipper deck, and the Hierophant, of course, is being the marriage card. But it's also a sign, a symbol of authority. This is the person who is the bridge between heaven and earth, the complement to the high priestess, but the male version of that, which gives the orders basically top down, through the papacy. And in this, I think, this indicates a person maybe a bit stubborn and rigid, and with the Hangman reverse, refusing to see kind of the signs that were taking place in their life. And now the universe is saying, I'm going to kick you in the keister so that way you can go ahead and make these changes that you need to do. For you specifically, the Hierophant is also about traditions and customs. And perhaps maybe you were trying to build those traditions and customs where you were. But unfortunately, that left you in a little bit of a situation now that you kind of want to get out of, because the Hangman reverse can also indicate wanting to get out of a stagnant period in your life. The Hierophant can also be a large organization or institution. So if you work for someone and you're realizing that you want to get out of this, it might be time for you to start looking for some new work and give yourself the chance to find something a bit more fulfilling than what you're doing now. In the near future, what you've got is the Five of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So good fortune happening, things changing in your favor. However, you will need to work hard for it, because it does indicate the Five of Wands, which is 5, the number of instability. You moving towards something that is going to require a little bit of competitive spirit. It may cause conflict. This change, this divinely orchestrated change, will cause a bit of a stir, a bit of a ruckus in your life. But I think that you'll be able to tackle that just fine, being the adaptable Virgo that you are. You are you're kind of the one that, everyone calls on to kind of solve their problems, because you have the practical, no-nonsense approach towards doing that. Now, again, within yourself at the core, you have the Six of Swords reverse. This is a card of making it difficult to move on to the next stage, to calmer waters. These waters are going to remain choppy. We'll also clarify that to see exactly what that relates to. Why is it difficult for the Virgo to move forward? Why is it difficult for the Virgo to move? Wow. Okay. So the Death has come back out again. Donnie Darko here. And I think you're in your feels about these changes and transformations that need to take place in your life. What are these changes and transformations related to? Let's find out. What are these changes and transformations related to? Spirit. What are these changes and transformations related to? Oof. Yeah, that new beginning. This happened for Taurus as well, so you might want to look at the Taurus reading again to get a bit of clarity on that. Page of Wands is a new spark, new imaginative beginning for something in your life. And I think that you particularly are bored. That mercurial energy within you is making you feel like things are so stagnant. Things are not moving along. You've been stuck in that prison that came out in your Kipper deck. So now it's making a bit more sense. You're feeling imprisoned by your current circumstances, and you're now ready to just shake things up. You definitely have got some Taurus in your chart. And fortunately, in my life, I am a Taurus Sun, Virgo Moon. So both of the readings seem to apply to me now. That said, it looks like you're going to be shaking things up, especially with this Five of Wands and Wheel of Fortune in your near future. So I see someone kicking caution to the wind, or throwing caution to the wind, however the phrase goes, and then moving towards a new kind of abundance in their life, because in the past it's just been stagnant. You're feeling it. You're just like, I can't do this anymore. Because here you have the King of Wands reversed. I'm getting a bit of a Four of Swords energy in this. It kind of makes you feel restless, a bit inconsistent. This is a person who's a bit brash and reckless, a little bit like the Knight of Swords reverse. And here, I think you're just ready to shake things up. It just keeps coming into my mind about what you really want to do. What is it that... Why this King of Wands? Okay. Got the Page of Coins and the Star reversed. I'm getting a lot of immature energy in this. What I see is a person who doesn't really have the guidance to really go forward with their plans. And actually, this is the King. Yeah, I think I said the King of Wands. So the King is an authority figure. They go after what they want, but in this, it's a bit of a struggle. Either there's an inconsistency in getting what you need sorted out and accomplished, or you don't have the strength or the wherewithal to accomplish that thing. So that is an immature ruler. The Star reverse indicates a period of hopelessness. And so I see a massive lack of confidence in this whole thing. Yet you do have the Page of Coins here, which indicates that you do want a new start in something on the material level. And so it almost gives me the same vibes as the Star. Of course, this one being in reverse, but there's this new pentacle that's kind of like his guiding, his North Star, his guiding light. And you're going to need to think about your material happiness, but not be impractical about it. In order to execute these plans, it may seem insurmountable at first, but being the Page of Coins, you will need to learn a lot about the things you need to do in order to achieve this goal. So proceed cautiously, step by step, because after the Page of Coins, after you learn about these things that you want to do in order to gain some material success and work your way up the court, you're going to have to move from a page to a knight, to a queen, to a king. You start with learning about this material abundance. You then move slowly towards it, step by step. Moving into the queen energy, you nurture it, watch it grow, similar to a pre-empress energy. And then you move to the king, which is the master of your material world, and being able to make things grow in massive abundance. So, moving on, right now, you see yourself as the Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups. So the Knight of Swords, of course, is movement. It's intellectual movement. But it's with the Five of Cups here. And what I get is I'm getting a person who's doesn't want to move forward, but knows they have to, and knows that they have to leave things behind in a hurried manner. So there may be a very short time frame for all of this to take place. if you need to look for a new job, essentially you don't really have long to deal with it because you're afraid of getting hurt or missing out of a good opportunity, or maybe potentially losing a lot of money because maybe you're short on cash. Or specifically here, you're just kind of forcing yourself to move forward with these things because, while you're disappointed, you know that it's necessary and essential for your well-being and your growth and development. Otherwise, you stay in that prison that you were in not too long ago with the Kipper deck, and also with the Death here, or even the Hierophant. You're breaking free of those rigid structures that you have kept yourself in, which have led kind of to a mini tower moment. And I get that tower energy in this reading quite a bit. That said, we're going to move on to the environment. The environment, when I see these two cards together, I see the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Coins. The Ten of Cups is in reverse. This indicates deep unhappiness. Yet we have the Queen of Coins. So it's kind of like a person who is comfortably numb. I don't know why I get that Pink Floyd song in my head right now, but I've become comfortably numb. That's your environment. You've been living potentially in this place, this neighborhood, in this job, and everything feels really, really stagnant, almost like a purgatory. And it doesn't really make you happy, but of course it's comfortable, so you'll stick with it. What should this person do to change their environment? I want to know this. How should this person change their environment? Queen of Cups. Yep. You go from one queen to the next. In order to change your environment, you have to move from earth to water. What is emotionally fulfilling to you? Now we have Emily here, which is a very interesting card. The Queen of Cups. She sits with herself. She has her heart in this massive cup in the traditional Rider-Waite, and she is looking at this by the shore. Now, I think it was in Capricorn reading as well. There was a man walking by the shore. He had all the elements next to him. And in this particular one, you're working with the element of water, so you have to go deep within your emotions to actually understand what it is that you really want. I think that for you, you will give yourself the chance to make this happen by getting out of your comfort zone. Let those energies flow. Don't let them become stagnant like the coins. Let them become flowing like your emotions. I think in doing this, you'll actually understand what's really important to you. The security that is dwindling before your eyes, or the abundance that is waiting for you on the other side of this. Because in your hopes and fears, I see this as a fear and a hope. So the Hermit, yes, you could be isolated in your new environment. Yes, you may be a bit controlling in the fear side of things. But in the hope, perhaps this new place, perhaps this new endeavor that you take is going to give you the chance to really go within and find the light within yourself that you need to make yourself move into the next stage of your existence, your time on Earth. This is kind of like a level up, because I remember in one of the readings that we had the world as the challenge. And I feel that there's a kind of level up energy here. You have the Hermit going within, trying to find those answers that you need. This is you also finding those answers in order to move through the court cards. And being the Emperor, bossing up. So this could be a potentially positive endeavor if you take it and give yourself the chance to actually move with authority to the illumination that you need on this particular life path. Now, as it applies, take it, because what I can say is no matter what structure you're in, whether that's love, whether that's job related, whether that's money related, whether that's family related, the energy still stays the same. You are going within so that you can take control of the situation. If you are feeling some kind of burden, which we did have with the prison, whether that's financial burden, emotional emptiness, things of that nature, it's important that we stay moving. Without movement, we're stagnant. With stagnation, we're dead. And that's what is at the core of your feelings here in the subconscious. I'm not saying that you're dead inside, but you are resisting this change that needs to take place. Finally, in the outcome, what we have here, we have the Strength and the Seven of Cups reverse. Now, the Capricorns, if I remember, Capricorn or Taurus, they had the Strength reversed and the Seven of Cups upright. You have the Strength upright and the Seven of Cups reversed. And what this signals to me is that you're going to need to be strong, leave all the options behind, leave all of the confusion behind, and just go through with it. Because I think that you'll be very happy that you did that. One of my other favorite movies, Aliens. Got too many favorite movies anyway. This signals to me that despite what's happening around you, despite how fearful this may be, you have the strength to pull through and to kill all the xenomorphs before leaving the ship. What will happen if they take this path? What will happen if they take this path? Yep. Tells me to stop there. You have the Three of Coins reversed. This is not cooperating with people and doing your own thing, basically, leveling up. That Emperor energy is also permeating through the world because now it's time to close out the cycle. You have to stop going along with what is familiar. In order for you to level up and become that boss, to maybe become more, materially wealthy, in order to find that new job, in order to find that new relationship, sometimes you have to uproot yourself and go towards something new in order for that to take place. And here, as always, we have the lovely Mila Jovovich posing as Lilu for The Fifth Element. An amazing film, I think. And stood beside the Three of Coins, basically. This is collaborating with others. This is, working with other people, building something. I think now you're tearing down those structures. In order for you to have your world, you've got to tear shit down. I think that's what's going to make you really happy. Tear down that prison that you've built for yourself, and you'll have a happy, healthy life. I think those are all the messages for today. Anyways, thanks for joining. I do really appreciate it. This is once again Aluminum Tarot. If you like what you see here, please like, share, and subscribe. Ding the notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything. And also, if you like a personal reading, please look the description box below. If you'd like to contact me for one of those, I offer competitive rates. Hopefully those will be, sufficient for you. Thanks so much again. I do appreciate your time. It's a bit late here, so I'm going to go head off now. Bye now. Love and light.